Hello. In this lesson, we will explain what security information and event management is and how it has evolved over time. Security information and event management, or SIEM, grew out of two requirements. One was to contend with the flood of alerts issued from intrusion prevention systems, IPS, and intrusion detection systems, IDS, which were overwhelming security teams. The second was to measure and prove compliance to various legislations. A deluge of compliance legislation appeared in the first 2 decades of the 21st century in reply to numerous high-profile network breaches. Examples abound: the payment card industry PCI standard, Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, and the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in 2018 are some of the more prominent. Businesses, hospitals, and other organizations ignore compliance at their peril, and if found in violation, could incur punitive fines. In order to satisfy these requirements, the technology needed to do several things. 1. Aggregate logs from many network sources, such as network and security devices, servers and databases, and applications into a central repository for analysis and pattern detection. 2. Store log data for a length of time to satisfy auditing requirements. And 3. Monitor, correlate, and notify events in real time. Technologies arose to address these imperatives, namely security information management and security event management, which would necessarily coalesce to become SIEM. At this stage, SIEM is primarily an information platform. As cyber attacks became more sophisticated and stealthy, demands for information about a cyber attack, its characteristics, its purpose, and the degree to which it had penetrated the network grew louder. Another alarming fact was that the security teams very often did not discover a breach until many months after it had occurred, and then it was more often discovered by a third party than internal security. IT security needed a holistic picture of what was going on in the network, and the real-time data that SIEM collected was recognized as a valuable asset to leverage. In the second stage of development, threat detection capabilities with built-in threat intelligence, historical and real-time analytics, and user and entity behavior analytics, UEBA, were added. And more recently, machine learning has become a part of SIEM's toolset and is particularly needed when sifting through big data. Another issue that beleaguered SIEM was the effort involved to set it up, integrate it into the network, and use it. The technology was complex and difficult to tune. It was difficult to identify attacks, and it demanded a high level of skill on the part of the professional to know what they were looking for. For all its capabilities, SIEM was no set-it-and-forget-it technology. This situation was exacerbated by two other facts. One, IT security suffers from an insufficient number of trained professionals. And two, the complexity and lack of network visibility due to a siloed approach in the typical network and security operations centers, NOC and SOC. An environment of multi-vendor, single-point solutions with different operating systems, different patch cycles, different protocols, and different logic rails against interoperability and simplification. The result was greater demand on sparse IT resources, increased chance of human error, and more blind spots in network security. Thus, while SIEM made great strides moving from an information platform to a threat intelligence center, it remained bedeviled by both external and internal limitations. In light of the systemic shortage of trained personnel, automation and machine learning have become more prominent in later SIEM products. Machine learning, a type of artificial intelligence, is abler and can more quickly detect trends and patterns in enormous reams of data than can the cleverest professional. Not only can it more readily correlate data, but it can be configured to automatically respond and remediate. Recent developments in SIEM have also integrated NOC and SOC and have established it as the epicenter of all network and security operations. Thus, from a single pane of glass, IT security can view the entire network. SIM has also made inroads into simplifying deployment and integration by way of a self-learning, real-time asset discovery and device configuration engine. This tool aids with establishing an inventory of not only network devices, but also applications, users, and business services. It then builds a topology of how each object is interconnected, thereby establishing a baseline of normal network behavior. By determining normalcy, and with the aid of machine learning, a cyber attack can be stopped before a breach can be exploited. Thus, within a couple of decades, SIM has evolved from an information platform to a threat intelligence center to a fully integrated and automated center for security and network operations. Fortinet's SIM product is named FortiSIM and encompasses all of these features plus others. Thank you for your time, and please remember to take the quiz that follows this lesson.